Good. Then we can start the presentation, perhaps. We were already introduced. So my name is Petra Lassenius, and I work here in Multiplier as a specialist and part of this Agile project and part of this group. And together, I have a colleague here.
Ale Torkkel, and I'm senior lecturer in XR design here in Metropolia University of Applied Sciences.
And we were really happy to have in this project, we had students who are studying in XR design, and we integrated this research part to XR service design study model. So we have had a pleasure to have 3 students working with us this project. But we would like to give a little peek what we have been doing. The latest work we have been doing, we have been rethinking and redesigning lecture and in learning environments. So this is one student project, just to give you an idea, perhaps what kind of future schools might look like. But we will go a little later into that, also into the design phase. But a few words, first of all, from Metropolia. Metropolia Applied Sciences is one of the biggest university of applied sciences in Finland. We have 4 major fields of study. We have culture, we have business, health and social services and technology. And we have about 16,000 students and about 1,000 staff members. And above you can see some pictures from our campus. We are working at the cultural campus. This is the XR design premises, and so students are working a lot with technology, but also we are culture school, so we are also doing a lot of things with our hands. And there's just a picture from Helsinki or nature from around Helsinki, since we are located in the coastlines. And actually this picture is already 1 month old, and at the moment we already have a half meter of snow here in Helsinki. So the scenery has changed, but it's a winter wonderland at the moment. Yeah, we can go further. I would like to describe a little bit of our process and what we have been doing here. Our task is to find out if it's possible to change the sense of community in online learning environments with the help of technology. So this is our question of research. We want to investigate this as part of this Erasmus Agile project. If we can, what kind of collaboration we can do in virtual spaces. So this will explain a little bit our goal is about testing platforms and that foster collaboration. And we have used this double diamond design process to guide through the different phases of research. And this is because we find that we want to investigate if virtual technologies can bring more collaboration into schools and into learning environments. We discovered this problem in the beginning. We defined the problem with, we had some research papers in the beginning. We did a big benchmarking phase where I will talk about that a little bit later. Then we have been doing a lot of testing and defining the problem again. Then we have been in the creative phase where we are create new ideas and created a criteria. We have also analyzed the designs of the existing virtual spaces, and we have tested them together with some students from upper secondary schools. And based on that knowledge, we have come up to some new solutions and new design ideas that we have just demoed yesterday. So we can have a little peek on that. Together with that, we will do this best practices guide as well along this our part of the project. Ale will explain now a little bit about the pedagogic side.
Yes, we have already witnessed the importance of VR learning in such skills as operating machinery, assembling hardware, and in science learning, for example, in astronomy, molecules, etc. In history and geography, we can see and feel time and space. That's falling in behavioristic theory of learning, and we are now really interested about the other levels of pedagogics and theories of pedagogics. For example, contrasting, sorry, different word, constructivism. And as we move forwards in pedagogic theories, conceptualization becomes the tool of our intelligence, I think at least. We move from visible objects to diagrams, graphic maps, and finally to words and written text. So textual and verbal communication is needed. So the question is how VR can support this type of pedagogics. Are they just virtual collaboration platforms with whiteboards and post-its, or can we find out something more? That's one of our interests.
So we actually started this project with the benchmarking phase. We first created a criteria, and we selected existing software that would serve the educational purpose. We have students and teachers as our target group. The study included 23 different XR applications that are available for collaboration and teamwork. So our task was to find the right kind of applications that foster teamwork and to analyze different features and different levels of interaction for further testing phase. So we these were the criteria, some of the criteria that we used for the benchmarking. First of all, the purpose, the pricing, how is it accessible, is it working, how is it working with the headset. We chose Oculus Quest classes for this project. We agreed with all partners that these are reasonable price and we can have them for our test use. So they have to work together with that equipment, and we also needed to know if the maximum users, the design of the software, and also what kind of content we are able to share, and the accessibility. Also, the usability was very important part. You can go to the next one. How clear is it to find the information, and how flexible the entering is? How does it match between the real world and the system? Also about the aesthetics. So we put all the different, this is just one part. If you go to the next slide, this is just one part of that. So how we analyzed each of the platforms and each of the 23 platforms, and based on that knowledge, what we gained, we agreed to test 3 different platforms. So we chose Outspace, we chose Blue, and we chose Horizon Workroom for our test sessions with students. So we really had a lot of time spent in the onboarding phase. You need to have email address, as well as first of all, the signing in process is time consuming in the beginning. So you have to have the email address, and also many of the platforms require Meta account. So these were at least the two things. But then the onboarding phase is pretty time consuming. You have to at the same time wear the glasses and be able to write, and so this took us really that we couldn't focus from the beginning to the content and to the level of collaboration in the virtual spaces. But we were able to do test sessions with the 3 platforms, and then the next phase, we invite students of secondary school. We had a session with 14 students where we showed some content, a video for the students in a commons area, and then they went into groups and worked together with 4 persons in one group, and they were placed some questions, and that they have to work together and answer some questions together. So we also gained a lot of information from this session. First of all, how the space is organized, how the students are behaving in that space. So we are observing a lot of this behavior and what does it, how do they feel, and we had questionnaire for them, and most of them find it interesting and find it attractive and an alternative place to gain information and share knowledge and have a lecture. So we tried to translate the knowledge that we have gained into some designs. So the last phase we have been doing is the design phase, where students are in a way designing virtual learning environments for the future schools, perhaps. So there are some sketches. The ideas is what is necessary is how does the space feel. We have taking elements from the nature, for example, to create a harmonic environment, and some elements of or try to simplify and make what we show are necessary. So we have realized that the space needs to be a certain size, and it needs to have certain functions to be able to share knowledge. For example, this 3D object that was also mentioned in the last presentation. So if we can analyze 3D objects or have screens to share information or to create content. But perhaps we can also share a little video here, one view for a lobby area to get into the school. So we are under the water, and elements here are if the students come to the school, they can meet in the lobby area, and then they can teleport via the bubbles to their next classrooms, where they have class, where the classroom is a different design. Of a classroom design, but we were not able to get some of the actions into test phase yet, but we will perhaps continue. Just at the end, I would like to introduce our next event and invite you all to our event in January the 19th. So the title is The Potential Virtual Learning Environments. This is a hybrid event, will be held in English. We are talking about the very basics of XR design, XR and VR, the possibilities, and explaining the software and hardware around that. We will also talk about a little bit about this project, and then we will invite specialists in the Finnish XR industry to talk about the possibilities of the potential of the virtual learning environments. We will also then have a little demo session at the end with classes, but that is not possible in the hybrid environment.